Also, did you have any questions or did you need any help with anything?
Not in particular. I definitely think I did a lot better on the two assignments that I turned in this morning versus the first orthographic that I turned in.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like everything else. You get better as you do more and more of them and kind of understand it. So, uh, Michael, good afternoon. I see you popped in. Did you have any questions or need help with something? Let's see here. Mike, you might, let me see. I'm not hearing you. I don't know if you're going to use chat or if you've got a microphone or not. Let's see here. I see something popping up. I just can't get to the darn thing. Oh, you don't have a mic. Okay, kid. Well, can you just go to the chat uh, area? Let me. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Now let's see. That's questions. I don't want to do. We don't go to the questions and answers. That's when like you're having a panel or something where I'm up here speak like a speaker or something. Uh, let's just keep it in the chat, um, and that would be. I'm just going to type it up um, right here. So you can put your questions in there, and let me see if I can help you out if you need it. Otherwise, we'll just see if whomever else shows up. So actually, I need to get this page wider. Okay. I know the chats kind of can be kind of challenging, but it's still a very, very useful tool. So let me get this situated. I don't know if anybody's got any question on the scaling, any of the exercises. Uh, if not, well, somebody I'm sure will pop in because I know there's a couple of students that were uh, challenged a little bit. So get the camera on. Try to get my camera set up. All righty. Let me pull that up real quick. We're going to go to share screen. And let me get that exercise 7. Come on. Let's get that up here. Let's see, there's the chat. Make sure I don't lose that. Oh, okay. Yes, well, I pulled it up on my PDF. Here we go. Yeah, for this one, the other ones you were just kind of eyeballing it and sketching it. Uh, uh, but and remember, these really won't have any angles in them because you're looking at them straight on, straight from the front, straight from the side, straight from the top. So you're not going to really see angles per se. Uh, you know, as far as like this little jog in here, uh, you would see, this line coming up and just like here, this is 40 units across. So if you were going up, looking at this straight, okay, then up here, this is 25 units across. So you would come down. How many units is that? It's 30 units tall. So this would actually come down 10 units, and then you would angle over. It's actually kind of fill in the blank. And let me see if I can. Let's see what would be the best way. Let me trying to think if I can turn this. Let's see here for a second. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't, because and that's the hardest part of looking at these is you have to look at them straight on. Okay. So in this case, and I was let me just try to get something here real quick. I'm let's see. I don't have it. I should have printed this out, but let's see here. What would be the best way to do that? So where is my screen? Start video. That's not the video I want because that's the scary one of me. What's where are you? Camera. Don't want that camera. That's a bad one. Here we go. It's kind of looking down on the paper, such as it is. And let's see. Well, I'll be more prepared. Get this off. And let's take this up a little higher. Out of the way. Okay. So, in the case of, let's see, you can view the one I sent you if that helps explain it easier. Yeah, actually on this one, what's going to happen is, you're going to have a front view that's going to look something like this. Hopefully that's coming out on my camera. All my shadows. And then this will go across. This will go up to here. This will go across to here. And this is that 20 right here, or 25. And then here is your 40 down here. This will come down and go across like that. So there's really no angle in there. So yeah, and that's, I'll take a look at it when I can. Let's see here. What was the questions else? You can be the ones I sent you that helps me. Yeah. So, so when you're looking at this, object, this is all that you're seeing because of this right here, this little indentation, and actually this is coming straight down. So it's just that little angle cut. So this is kind of a void area, which is this area right here. Kind of, you don't see that because this line back here, okay, is actually, it will be right behind this line. So it's, again, these, the first time that you, let me get this back here so I can see who everybody's here. When you first look at these, it takes a while to really see them all really, really good. But as we progress, it'll become almost second nature to you. Okay, let's see if I can open that one up. Let's see here. Let's see. Maybe you sent it. I think you were emailing. This is Joshua. Yeah, I think you were emailing to here.
Do you have a preference on which way I send it?
No, as long as I get it, I don't care. it's as long as I can see it, it's fine. Let's see, why is this not letting me get in? Here we go. Let's try this again. I hate this new school Outlook email. Okay, Joshua. Here we go, Joshua. All right. Come on. Okay, so, and I know this is going to sound being picky, but it's actually one of the rules. The side should be down here. Should be front. The front should be here. The top should be here, and the side should be here. But that's in the whole scheme of things. That really, that's such an easy fix. I don't know who said that centuries ago or whatever, because this area is saved for the isometric. This view right here would normally go right here. So your side view looks good. Um, there's the two lines. Your top view looks good. No, this uh, and it's 40 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no, you're good. These just have to be rearranged, and that's one of the things that they the it shows you in those PowerPoints. And let me just go back to hold on a second here. I can type. It'll let me type. Multi view. Yeah, see, there's a good example of it right there. Here's the top view, front view, side view, and the isometric. Okay. And that is pretty much, pardon the pun, carved in stone. Top, front, side. Top, front, side. Top, front, side. Isometric off to the side. So, if you're ever working somewhere and they ask you to do a multi-view drawing, if you do top, front, and side like that, you're going to be correct 99.99% of the time. Okay, that's pretty much a given. Um, it's been like it since I learned to draw these in the seventh grade, which was, let's see, 1972, and even before then. So, uh, uh, but yeah, I know the ones that you've got look good. What happened to that? Oh, I guess I lost it. Let's see here. I thought I had yours up here somewhere.
See that orange PDF.
Did I open it in PDF after all? No, that's my PDF. So I think I might have actually. Oh, there it is. Um, so no, what you got drawn here is good. Like I said, these have to be rearranged, but you know, that's minute. That's. Now that you know it, top, front, and side, then that's all you have. But don't redo these. Don't redo anything you've done, because it's just all part of the learning process. But no, it looks like you're spot on. You're understanding it. Um, because what we will be working on, I try to progress through this course, uh, and what'll happen is just like this right here. Then as this becomes second nature. Then it'll be placement of it. So in this case, you've got these nice distance apart, but not so close to the edge of the grid to allow dimensions. And but again, we'll get into that in about a week or so. I just need to make sure that everybody's understanding the oops, where's my other one? This one is just a freehand, the 6. 7 is actually your first one. It's actually to a scale. So, but no, you're You're doing good, Joshua. Um,
Thank you.
uh, Michael, let's see. I was a little sure about how to go about drawing the top angle. Okay, we went over that, so you're good. Okay. Um, let's see. Emmanuel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
It's going, sir. It's
I hear
Monday.
you. I hear you.
Did you have any questions or concerns or
To
five of
be
the
honest,
six
yes.
five of the six winning lottery numbers? I'll take anything.
I would not be taking this class if that were the case.
There you go. There you go. I understand. What was your question, sir?
um, I mean, just to be honest, on assignment number, the first one on the assignments that you gave us,
Six.
2-14,
Uh,
chapter 2.
let's see. What? I don't. Let's see. I don't know. Remember what the numbering is? Maybe it's this one. 2 past 16. Oh, this has got multiple ones. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 past 14. Okay.
So my main concern is the front and the. I guess if you could just go over generally, yeah, what to do.
Okay. So it's, and again, you're looking at it from a straight on angle. Okay. In this case, let me slide my piece of paper down here. See if I can get it to where it's not so much in the shadow. Uh, let's see here. So in this case, if you're looking at it from the front, you're going to see all of this. Okay.
Right.
And depending on, I mean, even this down here, so you would have something that would look, let me see here. This would be the front view. Do that and do, let's see, we're going to have it all the way across. Bear with me here for a second. Let's see here. And it's going to go like this. Hold on, let me get this. And then this is the top. So you're going to come down to, see, you won't see the line. You won't see this line across here from the front, but you'll
Oh,
see
okay.
this.
Okay.
You'll see this go down, and you should see this. And of course, I'm just rough sketching it, but it should look
Okay.
something like that, more or less. I mean, this is probably closer together. That line is probably not as big a space, because again,
I can't see what you're
that's,
doing.
huh?
I didn't see what you sketched out. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Is it not showing up here on my video? I'm sorry. Let me get
Yeah.
my. Let me let me just go to stop sharing and start video. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So the
this,
first one on the left.
well, not this one, no, the one here on the right. This would
Okay.
be your front view of that 2.14,
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
the angle, which I can't, I wish I could share and do the video together. This angle, this part right here is sloping, but you
Uh-huh.
can't really get a a
That's
depth
what I had for
perception.
them.
The depth perception in some of these can get off, and that's why you have to do multi-view drawings, because then once you come over
Uh-huh.
here, and let me try to, hopefully that'll focus back up. Now if I go to do a top view, take that, and then we will have this going to there, and let's see here. That's going to be sloping down. If you're looking at it from the top, Actually, that's all that you're going to. And I actually know the top you would have that. This would be where this
Right.
corner is. You'd have that cut right there, cut across somewhat.
Yeah.
And in this
That's what I
one,
had for the top view.
huh?
Yeah, I had that for the top view, and for the front, I had that also. Except I had a line in between the small square.
Yeah, and that's what I was. Right here. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking. This and this might even be like almost like a little bit of an angle. Yeah,
Right. Right. Right there.
that's what. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's.
But I don't know though. You tell me.
Well, some of these can get a little funky when you're looking at them because it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
tell from them.
Okay.
But I'm thinking something probably like that. Let's see, because you see this corner is there, and it might even have because when you're looking at this front, even though it would be just like, let me find something that's what do I got here? It's that I could use. One second. Come on, just a little box. It's just like this business card. You know, if I turn that sideways, okay,
Yeah.
when you look at it, all you're seeing is this surface here. You can't see the angle,
Right.
and that's why I'm
Right.
thinking
Right.
that uh, uh, it might be that. Let's see here. No, that's not going to go there. It might even be something that's no, that's going at an angle, so this one might go at an angle to show that cut back, but then you would also see that cut back. So now I'm going to go back to making it straight.
Okay.
Yeah, some of these can get a little funky. And again, I'm not so concerned with the exact, if it's off just a hair, that's okay because again,
Okay.
this is just getting your frame of mind of looking at multi-view
Mhm.
drawings. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Of being able to let me see, where's all my stuff at here? Come back to me.
I had a question about the letters and the numbers assignment.
Yes.
I did it to the best I could, I think, but um, from what I saw in your video, it was supposed to be a lot neater.
Well,
I don't know, just as neat as can be, basically. You know what I mean?
well, what I wanted to do with that um, is let me see here on those assignments. Uh, it was really a a self assessment of each
Okay.
student to look at it and say, okay, what does my lettering look like? Okay, is it
Okay. Okay.
readable? Is it clear? If it's not, then it's something that you might want to practice on. Now,
Right. Right.
I will tell you that when I started in this business, uh,
Mhm.
my lettering was not that good. And I
Okay.
worked for probably 3 years, and I was working at a small company, and the designer, he looked at my lettering and he goes, "Didn't anybody ever teach you how to letter?" And I said, "Well, I learned, we did it in high school, but the teacher wasn't that specific." So I actually stood over him and for about 2 or 3 hours as he broke
Yeah.
down every letter and how
Oh
to
man.
how to do. He goes, "From now on, anything you do, I want you to print it." And at the time, I was taking some night school courses in English, and where people were doing their papers and typing, I was printing it all out. And
Yeah.
and about a month or so later, just I was just really lucky. He was looking at one of my drawings and he was like, "Randy, you did this?" And I goes, "Yeah." And I got like a $200 a month raise because my lettering had improved. And
Mhm.
it's and again the reason that I'm so wanting students to be aware of that is because you're going to be at a meeting and you've got to take down notes, and
Okay.
you want it to be readable, okay?
Right. Right.
Because they may say, okay, let me run some copies of it, and if it's all scribbled, and I actually had a project one time we were working on, and one of the other people had written a number like, let me see, how did he do that? It was like, let's see, no, let's see. The way he did it,
Yeah.
it was like this. So is that a 52 or is that a 62? Is it 57?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And
I mean, we can
that's
make a
what, like,
best guess, but
exactly. And you don't want anybody guessing that. I mean,
yeah.
when I was taught the lettering, when he taught me about smaller lowercase, he says, well, the smaller lowercase you want to learn how to do a C. Okay.
Yeah.
And he goes, why a C is is so important. He goes, because when you do a C, you've got an E, you've got a G, you've got a D, you got an A, and you got a Q. That should have been an A. And of course the C itself.
Yeah.
So it's really about the numbers of really, you don't want to, do
Right.
something
Right.
like that, because
Yeah.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the whole point of it is that I'm not grading people on what their lettering looks like. What I want them to do is exactly what you did. You looked at it and said my lettering wasn't that good. Well, just practice
Yeah.
on it, and
Yeah.
it's just something that it just takes time to do, but you will need it because computers and phones and all this other stuff is not necessarily around you all the time, and sometimes you
Okay.
just have to pull out a pad and write things out. And
Yeah.
it's like I said, you may go to your boss may say, hey, I want you to go to a meeting with me, and okay, so you go into the meeting and they say, oh, our person's not here. Can your Emmanuel take the notes? For sure, yeah. And they slide you over a notebook and a pencil. You can't say no, so you're sitting there having to write it all down. There's no computer or anything, and
Yeah.
that's it. And it can be embarrassing because I've had people do it before where their lettering was just, I don't want to say it was bad, but it was just very challenging, and
Mm.
I felt sorry for them because
Yeah.
they felt like everything is computerized now, and you don't
Yeah.
need to know how to print, and that's so far from the truth. Uh,
Right. Right.
because if printing wasn't necessarily, they wouldn't be selling millions of these notepads.
Yeah. For sure. For
Why,
sure.
when you go to Office Depot or something, why do they have notepads everywhere if everything's computerized? That lets you
Yeah.
know right there that you're going to have to print something. So it's let me go back to that. Let's see if I can figure out how to share that back. And that's kind of the point of the exercise is just for the student to kind of be self-aware of their lettering, and
Okay.
how to write it, have your own style. I mean, I always like to get a little fancy with my two. Some people write a 9 like this, some people do it straight, some people with that line through the
Mm.
7, which I don't recommend in the United States. uh,
Yeah.
and 4, you've got some that will do a 4, up and over and that. And
Hmm.
so that's what it was, the 3, because he wrote it and the 3 overhanging, you couldn't tell if it was 8.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and so, you know, you get printing, and if you want to write bad, go be a doctor. That's
Yeah.
because I've had people I've known. I'm like, oh, were you ever in doctor school? And they're like, why would you say that? I said, because you're printing, well, you look like a doctor. Of course, that's that's the biggest, I'd say, insult, but it's a fun insult to somebody when it's like, oh, you got lettering like a doctor. That's not a good thing.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah.
was there any other questions or comments or anything? And like I said, I'm going to be uh, uh, doing this tomorrow night from 6 to
Okay.
7 and Thursday. I want to give everybody an opportunity to get squared off again because of my vacation schedule. I would warn anybody if they're driving anywhere to allow twice as much time in traffic. And if you're going somewhere like, a tourist spot, you're going to spend twice as much time eating, waiting in line. It's awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's uh,
Teachers
it was
deserve vacation
crazy,
too.
and it took away from my time that I come in normally in the evening and sit down and do a little work, and while we're all
Oh yeah,
winding down and do my school, while I'm on vacation. But this time, we get in at 11 or midnight, and I'm exhausted. Uh,
yeah.
and so I want to get everybody up to square one. So again, if you have any questions, show up then. If you can't, just shoot me an email. Uh,
Okay.
and get everybody. I want to get everybody going again because that was all on me. So I
Oh, that's no
figured
problem.
I might even have to do it Saturday if people can't make it during the week in the evening time. So I want to
Yeah.
be as available as I can this week to get everybody going
Okay.
because we'll get into some different types of drawings. Um, Let's see.
Mhm.
I mean, this is going to be one of y'all's drawings right here.
Wow.
Okay. And this one you're going to actually have to measure. So you're going to have to understand how to, use the scale.
Hmm.
Uh, and that's actually going to be, I mean, we did these first two, but now I'm actually going to get you on with, using, see my video's on, isn't it?
Wow.
Using these scales.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Do you have any recommendations for a source to use to get these drawings correct?
What do you mean by the source? I mean,
I
uh,
mean, I can definitely roughly sketch them, but I like to do things as perfect as possible, right?
well, and I understand that. Now, I mean, it's just like these right here. See, I'm still sharing. Good. Okay. It's like this one here. I mean, if you
Uh,
want to, slap some dimensions on here to, challenge yourself, that's fine.
oh no,
Uh,
I mean
but
like uh, what to use other than the video you posted?
well, excuse me, we have that, and then we have the, where are you? No, don't want that one. Has that got Lone Star? No, this is the Lone Star one. I mean, I've got these, uh, the PowerPoints, actually, they're PDFs of PowerPoints, that this
Oh,
goes into a lot of information in here, lots of good
yeah,
information. And I know it's kind of dry reading, and trust me, it's,
yeah.
you know,
You would say,
that's all I could say. I don't. It's like going to get a shot. It's going to hurt for a second. There's nothing you can do about it. Uh, but it's the whole thing when you're going over these. I'm not looking for details. Okay, it's
yeah,
like here you've got right circular, oblique, circular, trunk. You know, I just want you to know what a cylinder and a cone is. Okay,
right, right,
or a sphere or torus. If you're going to be doing AutoCAD or 3D, these are commands. There's a torus command, a sphere, in 3D. Understanding, how sketching works, uh, and you know, looking at, uh, understanding angles, and it's really more of a general understanding in each one of these PDFs than a detailed. The test is when I give it out, it's uh, it's just a general questions, okay?
yeah.
And
Gotcha, gotcha.
let me see if I can find something. Because when you do freehand lines, granted, you know they they know it's not going to be perfectly straight, but it doesn't want to look like
Right,
it's on an EKG. Okay,
yeah.
and uh,
So you would say the video should be enough just to get the sketch
yes,
done at least.
yes, yes. The scales, well, we're not doing metric. Let's see, this is probably not a good one to point to. Let me go back to orthographic projection. And this is what I was telling Joshua and Michael right before you came in, was there's a couple things that are carved in stone, literally.
Mhm.
And when you lay out your multi-view drawing, let me see if I can get through this. It's going to be top view, front view, side view.
Right,
Okay.
right.
That's absolute for the most part.
Okay.
This little area that's up here is actually for the isometric. And I can tell you, which I used to do it a long time ago. That information from here can transfer to here, extending it down, and then vice versa over here. Well, these two can,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
off the 45.
yeah.
So you can actually draw a 45-degree line over here, and this line, wherever it hits, would come down and hit here. I'm not getting that complicated because AutoCAD will do that for you. Uh,
Okay, okay.
but understanding, how you're looking at things, understanding what the little dash line is, what hidden lines are,
Yeah,
and you know, it's really just getting
pretty much it.
the basic. I mean, the my goal in this course is to teach you how to use a scale, teach you the a lot of the terminology as much as I can, or at least speak the language, and then understand multi-view drawings. Because if you go to I mean, let's go to a house construction drawings. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, well, I mean, what do you have here? Side views, and
Yeah,
let's see, where's a better one? I just saw one. This is architectural. Architectural is big for that. Having, here's the best one. You got a front view, which they call a front elevation, side view, which they call probably right elevation, back elevation, and understanding that all types of drawings are going to have these, including like sections. So
yeah. So let me
it's
ask you something.
yes, sir.
Why is it that we're getting a degree in this when supposedly the requirements to become an architect are a 5-year degree with license in the state?
Well, uh, now say that one more time, because these now the Lone Star, you get a 2-year degree. Say it's in
Right.
architectural mechanical. Uh, this course, I mean, are you talking about taking this course?
No, like the 2-year degree, it's architectural engineering. And this, according to the Occupational Outlook Handbook, to become an architect, you have to have a bachelor's degree, which U of H offers a 5-year bachelor's degree in architecture for some reason,
Right.
and then you
Well,
have to have a license also.
right, and really the 2-year degree that Lone Star has is really more for an architectural technician. You're not
Oh,
going
okay,
to be
okay.
an architect, just like me. I work for civil engineering firms. I am not a civil engineer. I'm a civil engineering technician.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, okay.
so we are the nurses, and they are the doctors.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're the paralegals. They're the lawyers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the easiest way I can explain it. It's not exactly right, but it is. I mean, I
Did you
can.
start your own business or something like that?
Well, I work for myself. Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
I work for different engineering companies. Right
Oh, okay, okay.
now, a couple here and one in Austin, but I teach for several different colleges. Plus, I have my own civil engineering technician program that I developed that I
Oh,
teach.
wow.
Uh, so it's
So, what do you say about the demand decrease in civil engineering and technicians?
there is a good demand for it. It's
Oh, okay, okay.
there people. and then can see, and that's what, like this program that I have developed, what it does is, and again, this is my own, I teach it on my own online, but it takes somebody that has learned AutoCAD, and now it teaches them the ways of a civil engineering technician. You learn about drawings, what makes up the drawings, the terminology, uh,
Yeah,
the whole environment and everything.
yeah.
And it's, let's
So you
see,
would
if you
say
go.
this 2 year degree is enough to get into the field and create your own business, basically, right?
I would see it would be a challenge, because really, to start your own business, uh, you have to have people that have, I don't want to say they have confidence in it, but you've got to show them something. And normally,
Oh,
what a
okay.
lot of people will do is they'll get their degree and they'll work possibly for a little bit, and then get enough of the what's the word I'm trying to think of, connections, and then
Right.
start their own business. Okay,
Okay.
so but some people have gotten their degree, and if they've got the connections and they work it correctly, they can work for themselves too.
Yeah.
Uh, if they can sell themselves. And
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've worked for most of the civil engineering firms in Houston. I know pretty much everybody. Uh, and
Wow.
I've trained people that are now vice presidents of companies, because they came out of college, and I taught them how to put drawings together and the whole thing, and uh, and then of course with a degree they can move up higher than me, because I don't have the degree. But
Yeah.
there's, and the thing is, if you can get diversified and know a little mechanical, a little civil, a little electrical, then you become
Hmm.
more valuable. It's a jack of all trades, such as it is. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I,
Okay.
I pretty much stayed with civil, because I've done it for 44 years. Uh,
Wow.
People have asked me, "Oh, can you do architectural floor plans, or can you do this?" I got this 3D air conditioner. I could do it, but I just choose not to, because it's just not my specialty. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's again, comparing it to like a lawyer that maybe does um, bankruptcies, but now all of a sudden
Yeah.
you go to them and say, "I now got a child custody issue."
Hmm.
It's something that's out of their norm. They may take it, they probably won't.
Yeah. Well, that's
The,
kind of hopeful for me, because this is as far as I plan on going. Um, and sorry, does anybody else need to have ask questions or?
I got a question.
Yes, sir, Joshua.
So you are talking about a 2 year degree. What brought me back to Lone Star from the workforce is it looks like Lone Star offers a bachelor's degree now, energy, manufacturing, and trades management, Bachelor of Applied Science.
They do have a few of them, yes.
Okay.
Which it's very, very. Let's see, where are you, Lone Star? Let's see here. They don't have a lot of them, but hey, a little bit's better than nada. Let's see.
Yeah, there's one for the energy sector.
Yes, the energy sector. What did they do with it? They had it big time up here for a while, and I guess departments, events. Let's see if they put it in the news here. Um, but no, I was actually yeah, it's expanded on sort of bachelorette degree programs. Yeah. Let's see. Stephen Head. Yes. Yeah. Oh, here we go. That always helps. Uh, where are we? Cyber Bachelor of Applied Technology, Cybersecurity, which would probably be a darn cool class, probably. This one right here, if I was maybe 20 years younger, I would probably take this one. Engineering
That's what I'm.
manufacturing. That one's kind of a man. I mean, it covers so much. Uh,
That's what I'm going for.
Oh, you are okay. I mean that's
Yeah.
one of those. It's like I don't say it's a catch-all, but I mean, God, energy manufacturing and trade management. I mean, hello. I mean, that covers so much information, and it's actually a University Park is where I teach out of. let's see, virtualizing for behavioral skills. It's they don't do they? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Uh, first, second semester we don't care about. I mean, industrial cost estimating, information technology, operation management, project management, media. Gosh, oh yeah, ethics and corporate. This is a pretty cool uh, program, and I mean you can get into construction, but in the field or in the trailer or back at the office or yeah, there's just so much that's in there. Uh, that
Yeah, not
it's
having my degree is the only thing that's really holding me back right now.
right, and it will, and that's why I tell students when they're wondering about getting a 4 year degree or what a 2 year degree is almost a gimme, almost like it used to be for me with a high school diploma. But I tell students if you can get a 4 year degree, get one because here I am in this business for 44 years, and I've been at the ceiling for probably the last 14 years. I couldn't go any higher uh, unless I started my own business. But working at a company, I could only go so high. And with a 4 year degree, the sky's the limit because you've got that bachelor's degree, and of course you can get a master's, but you can go so much higher with that bachelor's degree.
Yeah, well, I will tell you this. I thought oil and gas would pay more handsomely than any other industry, and I was wrong with that. Semiconductor industry, that's where it's at right now. And you
Yeah,
have a lot more job security than oil and gas.
yeah, oil and gas. I mean, it's it depends on who's in the government's doing. One 4 years is doing great, 4 years is doing bad. I mean, oil and gas is probably the most. It's like the weather. I mean, it's up and it's down, but it's more. Um, oh, let me get my. I think I had it open here.
Yeah, it's good when it's good, but
When it's yeah, I mean,
yeah,
because in the civil engineering business and mechanical and stuff like that, uh, you have. Let's see here if I can get this to work.
I'm
Um,
actually a mechanical designer right now. I've
yeah,
done mechanical, piping, electrical, and structural.
there you go. Yeah, and that's a really good one to be in, and that's mechanical civil is something like this, to where oil and gas is like this. You know, it's here they're making 50, $60 an hour. Here they're working for other firms for 20 bucks an hour and back and forth. Where ours is, this is, let's see, 1980, 2005. So I've been through three dips since 1977. And but the oil and gas, I mean, oil and gas was way down in the '80s and like it is now, and but it comes back. It does, but like what you were saying, your mechanical, electrical, structural, having all that different allows you to kind of hop around to different uh, disciplines depending on what's hot and what's not, which is a really good thing to do. So anything else on y'all's mind
Yes.
other than religion or politics? I'll talk. Those are the two ones that are off the table.
uh, man, I'm sorry. I just feel like those sometimes need to be on the table more so than not. But
Say
I
again.
understand that. I
Say
said I
again.
just feel like some. I said sometimes I feel like those need to be on the table more.
Oh yeah, I know it, but they never end nicely. Uh, it's well, it's like
Yeah.
the old joke that opinions are like armpits. Everybody has a couple, and they usually stink. So it's but when I teach in the classroom, those are the well, I actually have you can't talk politics, you can't talk religion, and anything you watch on your screen or your phone, you can watch it as long as your mom could be standing behind you watching it with you.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I know, I
My,
understand what
so,
you're saying. Uh,
yeah.
but it's
So my
because
question is about
my thing is I want the student to learn this.
yeah.
And at the you know, once you get into advanced classes, then those would become a part of it, because
Oh
you know,
wow.
religion and politics is a big part of these businesses, but not at the beginning. At the
Yeah.
beginning, you know, they have no bearing on anything. But you know, once you get into advanced courses and things, because even that program I was just looking at, I mean, American history, and what was the
Yeah.
other one? Ethics and corporate social responsibility. Uh,
Yeah. That's where the debates
uh,
occur right there.
and then there's where your you know your religion and politics comes in right there, mediation and negotiation. So
Yeah.
at that point, you know, if I was teaching these courses, then yeah, they would have to be a part of it. Uh, but you know,
All right.
not learning about multi-view drawings.
Yeah.
So, any other
So
questions, gentlemen?
yes.
Yes.
So my in the future, I plan on designing structural buildings like you were talking about, and houses maybe. But would you say a 2 year degree and experience on the job are enough to learn the skills myself?
Uh, well, first of all, you know, designing those you'll never do unless you are a registered engineer, a graduate engineer. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay,
Because anything, just like with me, you know, I can design a site and do all the hydraulics and do all of that, but it still
right.
has to be reviewed by a civil or licensed engineer. So,
Are you
uh,
talking about in the entirety of the building or just being a part of the team?
the entire, I mean, no, being a part of a team, then yes, I mean, uh, first of all, the on hands or in the field is much more valuable than the classroom. Okay.
Yeah.
The classroom is just kind of it kind of rounds you off. It really takes your knowledge and fine tunes it, I guess is the best word for it.
Okay,
But
okay.
no, getting the degree and having that experience, oh yeah, you easily can get you know, most
Be a
of my
part.
students that have field experience, you know, a lot of them are, you know, whatever age there are, like, you know what, I'm tired of these summers. I want to work in an office. And
Mhm.
you know, they've been working for 20 or 30 years in the field, say as an you know, electrician's apprentice or something. And they learn the drawings, and it's like, am I going to have a problem getting a job? And I'm like, no, because you already know what you're drawing. Okay.
Right.
You just have to learn to draw, as opposed to people that are beginners that are drawing stuff that they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And so the field people always, you know, if you've got field experience, they're always going to take somebody like that over academic experience in this
Okay.
field. I mean, that's what I have been, you know, what I've seen. Uh,
Yeah.
and talking to some students that, you know, they like, let's say the one gentleman I had, I want to say he was, gosh, he was in his late 40s, early 50s, and he had always worked out electrical, but he wanted to work in the office, and he took some of my CAD courses, and
Hmm.
he got a job, and boom, 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 he was just right. You know, he became an electrical designer. Well, he already was one, but now he was doing it on the computer. That was the only
Yeah.
difference. You know,
Okay, okay.
it's just like you may be able to learn in the field how to construct a foundation. All you have to do now is learn how to draw it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know, that's pretty much, you know, it's like people that can speak English or any language, it doesn't matter, but they don't know how to write. Well, they know what the
Okay.
words are, they just don't know how to write them. So that's, you know, it's
Yeah.
basically the same
Uh,
thing.
yeah. I mean, I don't
So,
necessarily want to take the route of going to the field first, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I can land some kind of entry level job.
You'll learn a lot if you go in the field first.
yeah, I mean, if you can, you know, I know the weather, you know, I'm not an outdoor person, and that's why I
Yeah.
never got a job. I mean, when I've worked for companies, I've done some surveying, and I tell them that's fine. I'll do surveying as long as it's not between June and August. I said I'll go out between September and April. Other than that, no, I'll go out in the freezing cold. That doesn't bother me, but I'm not going out in this 200-degree weather.
Yeah, and you'll probably move up faster in the workforce if you start off in the field too.
That it does help. And the nice thing is, if you start in the field, usually you can transition into the office. I mean, actually, that's what a lot of surveyors that are not going to become registered surveyors, maybe they're instrument men or rodmen or whatever, and they'll learn the field, and then they'll come in and take an AutoCAD course, and boom, they slap them in the office, and then before long they're running a crew under an RPS, under a registered public surveyor. So, but yeah, that's one of my lacking things is I do have field experience, but I wish I had more. And I mean, I do construction administration, uh, but I'd like to do it more because it's just fascinating to take all this stuff that we design and draw and see how it's actually built, put in the ground.
Yeah, and then there's one more saying, and that's that a bad day in the field's better than a good day in the office.
Yeah, yeah. It's you can just learn so much uh, out in the office, and again, it's a visual thing, and people are willing to help you and talk with you and kind of mentor you, and they're not going to laugh at you. Say, oh, you don't know how to do this. You didn't, or say something silly because it's I don't want to say it's a brotherhood or sisterhood or whatever, but they tend to want to help each other out, and you can get a lot of information from people. They're willing to pass it on. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing with my civil technician course that I created. Is I've got this 44 years of being a civil technician, and I just, you know, someday I'm going to die, and the computer's going to go off in my head, and it's all going to die with me. Whereas the more people I can teach it to, I get to pass that information on, uh, to the next generation. And but there's other courses that are out there that'll do the same thing that I'm doing, and that's what you want to find. They go in addition to your AutoCAD or your computer courses that you take.
Yes, sure.
Anything else, gentlemen?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to be doing this tomorrow night and probably Thursday. If you want to stop in, you're more than welcome to. If not, it's all what's the word? Optional. But I appreciate y'all stopping in and giving some input and having some questions.
All right, you too.
Absolutely. You have a good one.
All righty, y'all too. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see here.